G'day gang, fine, howdy, hey guys, I'm Kemi Kura. As you can tell, I'm a bit more quieter than usual, but whatever, man. Because the walls are paper thin. But anyway, for today's story time, I'd like to tell a story of when I was in primary school. At my primary school, we had a sports closet, and inside the sports closet, you'd get basketballs, you have soccer balls, footballs, dodgeballs, and all that sort of stuff. You'd also have your cricket bats, baseball bats, softball, t-ball, blah blah, all your sporting equipment stuff. Now, mainly in the area where you get the dodgeballs and all that was in this upper level of this sports closet, because the sports closet had like 2 different levels. There was the main level where you could just go in, maybe grab the pump, use the pump to pump up the basketball or whatever, and then you had to be a student of either year 5 or year 6, so that's being 11 or 12 years old, in case you don't know what year 5 and 6 is. And when you're 11 or 12 years old, you're allowed to go up the ladder and collect, all the balls and stuff for sports. And what I didn't really notice at the time, and only realised when looking back on it and thinking, hey, wait a minute, what the fuck, was the dodgeballs. Now, I remember the dodgeballs, they were, these soft little balls, you throw it at someone, they wouldn't get hurt, or you hope they wouldn't get hurt. If they somehow did, that'd be kind of fucked up. But, yeah, they were these soft little red and yellow balls that were made to be for dodgeball, basically. And I remember very clearly that some of these balls were damaged, and, half of them would be chewed out, half of them would be eaten away. And no, it wasn't the students, before you go typing in the comments, oh my god, students are eating balls? Oh my god, what a weird comment to say. But, no. I've later found out why there was chew marks in the balls. When I was, 11 years old, I was told to receive the dodgeballs from the upper level of the sports closet, and so I remember climbing up this little ladder. Now, we had a little buddy to come with us, because you weren't allowed to go alone anywhere for safety reasons, whatever. But I remember climbing up the ladder, and I remember looking at the top of the ladder and seeing this giant beady red-eyed rat at the top of the ladder, and it was just screeching down at me. And me being an 11-year-old girl, who, as well as being 11 and a girl, I was also suffering with zoophobia, so I really did not like animals at all. And so when I saw this giant rat looking down at me, and I could tell it was a rat and not a mouse, because I've seen mice before and they're little cutie thingies, but this thing was massive. It was bigger than my head, and that was just with its body, and like, it was a fat thing. And it had a really long tail and red eyes, and I was like, mice don't normally have red eyes. And it was screeching down at me and my friend, and so we got out of there, got the dodgeballs, and everything was all good. And I remember, playing with the balls and with dodgeball, and I remember the teachers saying, okay, that's our practice match over. Now the school from, let's just make up a random school, Power Beat Primary School, they're coming to do inter-school sports. They're playing against us on our own field, Get the nice balls, don't get out the chewed balls. We want to look nice, and we want this and that. And I didn't think anything of it, so, we picked out the disgusting balls, to which some of them were actually wet. Like, they just were wet from, like, when the rats were chewing on them. And, like, they were definitely rat chew marks. But I remember, like, looking back on it now, thinking, wow, they didn't just want us to look nice for another school. They didn't want to let the other schools know that they were allowing kids to play with chewed dodgeballs and chewed sports equipment from animals that could be diseased. Little kids, preppies as well, which are like 6-year-olds, playing with these balls that have been chewed on by rabid animals. And, they weren't pet animals, they were like wild, so they could have definitely been diseased, and, it was awful thinking back on it. So, like, I look back on it and I think, what the fuck was wrong with that school? But, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the story time. Sorry I haven't been uploading much of my content that I normally used to upload. I've actually gotten a laptop, which is really interesting. I've been trying to get used to that, which is why I've been doing a lot of streaming, trying to figure out why it doesn't stream for longer than 3 hours without being laggy, and now I realised, oh, it's my internet connection, that's just great. But, yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'll be trying to stick to what you guys like. Let me know in the comments what you do want to see. I will be doing some gaming videos every now and then, just because I love video games, and it does seem like that, I am an art and gaming channel. I just didn't have the equipment before to record gaming videos. Rip me. But now I do, so, if you have any suggestions in the comments, like, I love Fortnite, but I know a lot of people don't. But I also like to play Town of Salem, like Fortnite, like I said, Town of Salem, Little Inferno, monsterprom, Plague Inc, and games like that. So if you have any suggestions, comment them in the comments below. If you guys want to see some games, that would be great, and thank you for watching, I guess.